Hi, it's Mark here again with the second part of the tutorial for using Probuilder 6 and creating the face quickly. As you can see here, the face has got all the contours and it's nice and symmetrical, but it's not really sort of looking like a face, more like a death mask, to be honest. So we'll try and make it look a little bit more human with a few quick and easy steps. First thing to do is to select it, and as we know with Probuilder 6, we shall select that, and up here we can see we've got the face selection. Now, I don't know if you noticed, I'm not going to go back to it, but basically this is coming in a little bit too far. It's like the mouth is intruding rather extruding. So what we'll do, we'll just use left click and shift, bring that out a little bit. It's looking a bit trout pout, if you pardon the expression. We're going to do shift and select here as well, and just come out again. I should have done the two together, to be honest, but another thing I'm going to do is go on to vertex and select these two items. I'll explain in a moment why. Basically, it's going inwards and we want to bring them out, so we'll need some kind of line just to pull them out a little bit. It just stops it from being sort of a sort of sunken face. We'll just come out of there, and you can see that even now we're starting to get a little bit of an improvement. Now, this is entirely up to you how you do this. Everyone's going to create a face differently, so you've got to decide yourself how you want to work this one. I think that the mouth is going in a little bit too much. What we can do, I think the mouth is okay, it's not too bad, but when you're looking at fine lining things, you probably do need to use the vertices rather than lines or faces. So for instance, you can see that's going in a little bit. Go there and just look at that, and that's looking a bit more like a mouth. You can see that from a 3D point of view, it's looking good. Possibly certain elements look a little bit edgy and sharp. So what we'll do, we'll go back to there, select it, and click on faces. Then what we're going to do, we're going to try and smooth these off a bit. Again, try and make sure you choose all these sort of corresponding sides, like a mirror image. So these three this side, these three that side. Click on Tools, Probuilder, Editors, and Smoothing Editor. You can place that up here if you want, rather than keep choosing it. Now, I don't know whether you know about smoothing, but effectively these numbers create smoothing in a certain area. So for instance, these ones I've selected now will be a number 1 smooth. Okay, so we'll come out of there, and that's smoothed them off a little bit. I quite like the way that's showing there on the mouth, so I probably don't need to smooth that. So we'll go up to the top here, highlight this, we'll choose these faces, and let's go around here like so. Tools, oops. There's not a shortcut, although you can go into the Probuilder settings to create a shortcut if you wanted to open this, but I'm just going to go into the normal approach just to keep it uncomplicated. Open that, and let's say we'll use number 2 for that. So what we've got now is a little bit better face. I think that possibly certain elements of that face will need to come out a bit. So we'll go to vertices, and this is a bit trial and error, because what you can do, actually I picked the wrong one there, and at the wrong side. You can see that from there you can maybe bring these out a bit. I'll just Control Z. Yeah, they did both come out. It just didn't seem apparent at the time. You can see you can come right out like so and then straight right in. So we'll do that. Yeah, that's looking okay. Around here, this looks like the face is aging. So do we want to smooth that off a little bit? So how do we do that? Right, well, first of all, we'll highlight that, right click. There's no world vertices, so there's not double vertices on there. But what we can do is try and bring that out. So we'll Control, and it's Alt E, which I should have mentioned before when I was doing the other line between vertices. So you highlight the two vertices, Alt E, and you've got a line like so. Come out of it again, and you can see it's reasonably smooth, but not completely. So again, we'll try and work on this. But you're getting the idea that you can decide to do whatever you want. I think possibly let's bring these ones in. So we'll go on to you can press the R key for the scale, or W for move. So we'll press the R key again, and you can see it changes. And we'll just bring that in. Actually, we'll just go back to there again. Press the R key, and we'll just bring that in, not too far. I think that they may need to, you can see at the side there they're too far out. So I'll press the W key for move and move them back a bit. That's looking a little bit better. So you can get an idea of what's happening there. And we'll just work on the nose. Now the nose is okay, but I think it might be a little bit out of shape. So we'll try by just bringing that in a little bit. It's more of a straight nose like so. Possibly highlight these three. Press the arrow key to move and just bring that up a little bit. So you can see there's some quite good contours. There's a bit of a problem here because it looks like it's a bit sunken again. So what we'll do, we'll go on to that one, and we'll also go to that one like so. Press the W key again. Maybe we'll move them out a bit. Let's see how that works. Well, to a certain extent that works. Again, still some work. We could try it here. W key again. Bring that out a little bit. Yeah, that's looking okay. Now the one last thing I want to do is just to go onto the face selection and possibly marry these faces up a bit. So it was all shift and left click, and we've got these, and we'll just go into Probuilder, editors and smoothing, and we'll go on to number 1 again. Now you can see how we're starting to get more of a smoother face. We probably need to edge the nose a little bit more. I think, for instance, we can go to here, bring that down, W key again to move, and just bring that in a little bit more, like so, and that probably looks a little bit better as well. But you can see it's certainly looking like a face now. As you've seen with my other tutorials, I don't want to get too bogged down here because this is interpretation and it's how you want to do things. We'll work on the eyes next, but we'll finish it there for the moment and then we'll move on to the next one. But you can get an idea of just how good that looks compared to how it did before. The reason being, I'm going to just highlight that, and that will bring an idea of just what sort of improvement we had. You can see the two. That's what it looked like, and that's what it looks like now. Okay, so that's an improvement, and just gives you an idea of what you can work with. Okay, thanks for watching.